Maybe not. Friends, fans, family members, and fellow sinners, welcome to Chaos Radio. You are hanging with Hazor. We hope you're having a great night tonight. Thank y'all for coming on. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being in our league. If you're in our league, getting the exclusive coverage of Chaos Radio. If not, you're on YouTube listening to us live or catching up to us later. Either way, we try not to date ourselves. Let's start off with our first sponsor of the show, the official sponsor, Alice Remodeling Company. Are you rebuilding your home, a dive, or a bar in a certain image? Maybe you're rebuilding a church. Maybe you need your own temple. You like to be worshipped? Well, call Alice. Don't let it be an agony in your remodeling. She will take care of you for a simple fee of $500 an hour for consultation. Then after that, it's based on the bid. Thank you, Alice Agony Remodeling Company. What is going on? I'm glad to be here. Sorry it's not more consistent, but hey, you know, we're here. We're going to do some things. We're going to talk about some stuff. We'll do a little gaming. Let me jump onto this real quick. Okay. All right. I saw something on Joe Rogan's show the other day that made me go to Google. I had to look some stuff up, man. And I was blown away because of the numbers and statistics I found on this subject. Now, real quick, if we don't have anybody from Florida, the Everglades is huge, right? It's down there on the closer to the tip of the bottom. For those of you who aren't that well versed in geography. But in the last 20 years, people have been dropping off their pet snakes in the Everglades. Now, at first, you got to think, well, at least they're, you know, keeping them alive and doing the right thing. But in the last 20 years, and this is the statistic I had to look up because I didn't believe the number, deer population has dropped 99.8%, which means there's no more deer, except for 0.2%. That's not a lot. Foxes, raccoons, rabbits, and squirrels have dropped 99% in the Everglades, completely changing the ecosystem of an entire area. Okay, now, why is this a big deal? Okay. The reason why I was on the Joe Rogan show is now these snakes are attacking alligators because there's nothing else to eat. And they're not winning, but they win sometimes. That's insane. There's videos on it. Go to YouTube and check it out. Now, here's the kick. So back in, let's see, was it 05, 06 in a national park in Montana, they introduced the wild, they reintroduced wolves to this area because wolves were extinct. And when they did that, it dropped the deer population and dropped other herbivores, other plant eaters. What this did was it changed the flow of the rivers within 5 years. In 10 years, it completely changed the landscape. Because if there's nothing there to keep the plant life down, the ground will erode in a different way, or it will build up in a certain spot. Therefore, it'll push the rivers. So, what's happening in the Everglades? I'm blown away by the number of animals that have dropped off. I mean, it's crazy that they're fighting gators now. Now, Florida, in the last few years, has issued a open killing spree, or open killing hunting license for boa constrictors and other large snakes, pythons and such. They're growing up to be 17 feet long, and there's videos of them all over the place. This isn't just, they call themselves a 17-foot snake, Ethel. Oh my God, Billy Bob, that's a lie. A pair of lips will say anything. But it's true, Ethel. It's true, they got some other freaking snakes out there that are huge. And there's videos of them. What I want to know is this going to change the price of snake hide when it comes to like boots and purses and stuff? You know, I would think it would change it a little bit, right? I don't know. It's gonna flood the market. Might not change the price of rice in China, but it'll change the price of snake skin in Montana. I don't know what the deal with Montana is tonight, but there that is. Let's see. Sports. Let's cover our sports section since Outlaw left to go watch the last quarter of a game that I already told him the outcome. In the fourth quarter, 9 minutes and 35 seconds left, the Toronto Raptors are stomping the Golden State Warriors 82-70. Kawhi Leonard is proving why he's the best player in the NBA. Okay, on the baseball, the top of the 11th, we're into extra innings. The Orioles, who are 19 and 30 and 43, are tied with the Astros, who have 43 wins, at 3 apiece. That's insane that they're even going that long. Okay, other games tonight, in the bottom of the 9th, Athletics are leading the Rangers 5-3. Bottom of the 7th, with 1 out, the Pirates are losing to the Milwaukee Brewers 8-3. If you're a Kansas City Royals fan, hold your breath. Bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and the man on first, you're leading the White Sox 5-4. Final of the Red Sox game, man. What is up with these chumps? They lost 5-1 to Tampa Bay. In other sporting news, the Texans fired their general manager Brian Gaine after 1 season, probably because he drafted that bullshit-ass tackle. Did you see that draft pick? Like, I watched the entire draft just because I love football, and there's certain teams I watch more than others. But he drafted a tackle that's a project tackle, like in the first round. He was a 3rd-round prospect. Oh my God, he deserved to be fired. Jets hired Douglas from Eagles as their new general manager. Probably what Houston should have done. NHL news, that blown call last night for that illegal check. NHL makes up for it by suspending Barbashev. Skinner stays with Sabres for 8 years, $72 million deal. Lamont Evans' sentence still may be deported. And the Crimson Tide superfan Walt Gary dies at 36. No idea why that's of significance, but it is what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was your Sports Minute. As soon as the Golden State Warriors go down 3-1, I will let y'all know. Let's see, where are we at now? Some serious stuff right there. I don't know if I want to get into that tonight. But as you get older, you meet people, more people die, pass on. And I've got friends right now I got a lot of widows. A lot of widows in my little group of friends, man. It's kind of crazy. And those people react to stuff so much differently. You know them and you know what they've been through. You're definitely, aware of their plight, so to speak. But everyone has a different stage of guilt. Not guilt, but grief. And some of them have survivor guilt. Like, how come it wasn't me? And that's a sad place to be in. But what I did on Facebook is I grouped them all together and said, hey, I talked to the ones that, their husbands died a couple of years ago or more. Would you mind talking to these younger chicks? I've got a friend that's 21 who just lost her husband last year, and another friend that's 31 that lost her husband last year. Y'all have all lost your husbands 5 years or more. And so they were like, yeah, man. And I introduced them. They're all doing great. It's been about a week now, and the young ones have already said, man, thank you. It's like, good. I'm glad y'all, that's what y'all needed. But it just made me think about it, because there's 5 ladies, all in different stages of their grief. And all of them are still single, by choice. One of them's tried to date a couple of times, she told me. It's not fair to the guy she's dating, because she's always comparing him to the husband that passed away. At least you're mature enough to, because some guys will just take that. They'll be like, oh, it's cool, even though inside it's eating them up, But to be aware of what you're doing and the trauma, that's such a strong word, but what you're doing to those people, you're having an effect on them at some point, somehow, some way. It's not healthy, man. That's not healthy, man. All right. You're currently listening to Chaos Radio, hanging with Hazor, the unofficial radio station of DCUO. We're broadcasting live from Gotham City. Red Electric has officially logged in. Cyrus is getting on, according to Celestina 5 times. Everybody has that friend, right, that says stupid shit. Okay, like I got a buddy of mine. We'll call him Raya. Okay, Raya's a good dude, great heart, but he says some stupid, just off the wall shit. Like the other day, out of nowhere, we were talking on the phone because we're co-workers and we have nothing else to do but talk to each other when we're working or listen to podcasts. That's pretty much it. And so I'll chop it up with Ryan for a little bit, and we're changing his name, you know, to protect the innocent. All names will be changed to protect the innocent, of course. Anyway, so this dude tells me the other day, he goes out of nowhere, he goes, "Man, I'm a good dancer." I'm like, okay. Like, that's nice. You're a pool guy. I'm not sure, you know, how good of a dancer you really are. And he says this, man. He says, "I can dance better than most black people." And I was like, okay, man, hold on. Like, are you talking 80% here? Are you saying you dance better than 80% of the black people in the world? That's a lot of people, Raya. That's a lot of people to say you're a better dancer than. And he said, "I'd say 86%. Lost that shit. 86%, huh? That's a lot. That's modest of you, bro. Oh, shit. So anyway, the first thing that ever happened that just made me stop and just look at him like, what did you say? Which is my favorite kind of comedy. So I'm about to capitalize on that. This dude's a huge Saints fan, okay? And he shows up one day with his Saints jersey on. I'm like, "That's a nice jersey, bro." He goes, "Thanks, man. I only paid $12 for it." And I was like, "Really?" Which means, you know, it's a knockoff, but it's whatever. He's like, "Yeah, it's authentic." $12 authentic jersey, cool. And he said, "Look at my championship ring." I said, "That's a replica, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, but it's an authentic replica. I only paid $5. I'm like, "Okay, man. $5 for a professionally done ring, huh?" He's like, yeah. And $12 for that jersey. It's a clean looking jersey. It did look good. This is where it gets crazy. I asked him, I said, "Raya, where'd you get that from, bro?" And he goes, "The jersey?" I said, "Yeah." The dude said, "China." I was like, "Hold on, man. You got it from China?" He's like, "Yeah, dude. I got the jersey and the ring from China." And I'm like, "Okay. So, what, did you get tickets and fly over there? Did you get on a boat and just go over there? Like, you got it straight from China? Like, how'd you get it? Did you order it in a catalog? Like, what do you mean you got it from China?" And this dude, he said, "No, man. I got it online." I was like, "Okay, where'd you get it at online, man?" He goes, "From China." Holy cow, man. So what, did you go to China.com? Did you go to China.com to get this shit? The dude just got looked at me and goes, "Oh, I get what you're talking about." So from now on, anytime that dude says something just crazy stupid or just off the chain, we both just stop and say China.com. Just straight up China.com. That's some China.com shit right there. So when he said he dances better than 86% of the black people in this world, I said China.com. And we both started laughing. Like the other day, I was like, "Hey, man, what happens if a pool smells like chlorine?" He says, "Well, it's wrong." And I'm like, "Okay, so the pool's wrong?" He's like, "Yeah, there's something wrong." "Okay, like what?" And he goes, "Well, it smells like chlorine. So does it have too much chlorine?" "I don't know, man. It just means that there's something wrong with the pool." I'm like, "Okay, right. So if you wake up in the morning and you're missing an arm, is there something wrong? Like, hey, man, My arm's missing. Oh, it's okay. It's just something wrong with it. Or do you go get the shit checked out and they're like, hey man, you had gangrene and it fell off. Hey, some rats ate it. Hey, you got kidnapped and instead of taking your kidney, they took your arm. I mean, you know, there's something more specific here. So you just can't say the pool's wrong. There's something wrong with the pool. Obviously, there's something wrong with the pool because it's not supposed to smell like chlorine. China.com. Oh man, there's a ton of them, man. I'm telling you, China.com has got to be the best inside joke hook ever. I just picture, you know, I want to do a video or create a website called China.com. There already is one, but we could steal it. Where it's just a red flag, right? With the 3 gold stars and the sickle and hammer. And each star means something different. So you just click on the star instead of a homepage. You just click on the star. And the first star says, oh, welcome to a sweatshop. And it's all, anything you can buy in the sweatshop, from jerseys to actual sweaters, you know, pants, whatever. Then the next one you click on, it's welcome to our sports apparel. And it's all their shoes and all their jerseys and shit. With the 3rd star, that's the important one. You click on that 3rd star and it says, why hello, this is Martha Stewart. I guess she got busted in a sweatshop. China.com, I'm telling you. Alright, a little update. What's going on in our league? Killer Frostbite completed a headline. Welcome to the machine. She must be doing the Pink Floyd venture. Hope everyone's having a good night listening to Chaos Radio. Currently hanging with Hazor. It is a beautiful 78 degrees here in Gotham City. Slight overcast with casual rain showers. Please be aware of any superheroes or vigilantes flying around. Crashed into stuff. Dude, I wonder if there's like superhero insurance. So there was a comic book that I saw one time, a Batman comic book, okay? And the premise is pretty badass. So the Joker becomes a good guy. And how the Joker became a good guy was he showed that how Bruce Wayne and Wayne Industries was capitalizing on the destruction that the superheroes were causing. So, which is pretty cool. He goes to court and everything. Like, he sobers up, cleans up, gets off the Joker toxin injections, and he actually gets his sanity. He's freaking, like, sharp as a tack, man. Dude's super smart. And he goes in the courtroom and shows how Wayne Industries and how they buy up buildings and turn them into parking garages and stuff are forcing the lower class to swell, and they're not to be a middle class. Which of course was a huge neo-political stab, but whatever. The whole thing is pretty cool though, because kind of Marvel hinted at it with the department of whatever that Stark owns. So Stark owns that. So he's making money off the damage he's creating. So Batman's, even though no one knows it's Batman, Bruce Wayne makes money off of the damage that Superman and shit does. So that's pretty cool. Later on, of course, the Joker gets back on the stuff, and he goes back to being a bad guy. So that's that. That was last year's Batman run. I want to say it was Tom King. I might be wrong with that. Someone don't quote me. We talked about Tom King being taken off of the Batman comic books. Anyone? They're saying it's about, I don't know. There's 2 different stories that sound fairly legit to me. For the first time in 10 years, the Hulk comic book, which is the #1 selling Marvel comic, which I never knew that, but the Hulk comic book surpassed the Batman comic book. And as soon as that happened, they announced that Tom King is going to write, instead of writing 100 issues, he's only writing 85. And he's going to do 10 to 12 issues of the last of the Batman run, which is basically Batman marrying Catwoman. which I don't know how I really feel about that as a Batman fan. Like, in the story, I mean, it's cool. That's a cool take on it. But they're like really driving it home as canon. And I don't know. I always had this thing in my heart for Talia al Ghul, to be honest with you. I like the wicked chicks. But I think that what they did after Damien came out, it really drove a huge divide in the whole him and Talia's relationship, because she pretty much like raped Batman and had this kid, and then according to the storyline, if they aren't aware, she clones Damien and makes these super soldiers out of him, or starts to make them, and so Batman has to fight a full-grown Bruce Wayne that's the son of Bruce Wayne. It's pretty cool. Compa, what's up, Celestino? Cyrus in the music jamming. Chaos Radio turned the Tahana channel tonight. Aye. Big shout out to Aubrey Shipman. What's up, dude? China.com. Wee. Turn your radio down. Spirit of Fire is officially logged in. Welcome, Spirit of Fire. Hope you enjoy your gaming experience. You're currently listening to Chaos Radio, the only Latino rock channel in DC universe. Oh, dude. Killing me. Just popping in and out. No, it's Cyrus. Man, you're breaking in and out. So I still have not run survival mode. If anybody wants to do that, that'd be kind of cool. Now we're waiting on our producer to get back from watching the basketball game. Speaking of, let's see what the score is. How bad is Golden State losing? 95 to 83, 4 minutes and 19 seconds left. Livingston throws an elbow into Van Fleet and cuts his eye. That'll be a good highlight later to watch. The Astros are leading 4-3 in the bottom of the 11th. With 2 outs, that should be the game if it's the bottom of the 11th. Yeah, that was the last play. They won. Walk-off double. Cool, cool. Go Astros. You're currently listening to Chaos Radio. This next selection is one of my favorite covers. Favorite of all time. This is Gangsta Lean by the Rolling Stones. Please enjoy. You're listening to Chaos Radio, hanging with Hazor. Oh yeah. King Saloon, Raven Recruit has logged in. This segment brought to you by Celestino Chiropractic. Do you have a huge, bulging disc? Raise your hand if you have a huge, bulging disc. If so, go to Celestino's Chiropractic. He'll pop that huge, bulging disc right back into place. Celestino's Chiropractic. Please call 555-555-555. I hung out with Corpse Banger last night. That is a guy with a very unique name. Corpse Banger. He reminds me of a buddy of mine, Toxic Injection. Two guys that will not be picking up chicks anytime soon. I'm just saying. With names like that. Hey baby, my name's Corpse Banger. What's yours? Hold on. You like banging corpses? You're necrophilia? That's crazy shit. And Toxic Injection, that name alone just kind of speaks for itself. Red Electric has officially logged out. Red Electric. 3 eyes. Red Electric. Electric. Music is intoxicating. See how I have to turn the comment section off on YouTube since somebody is very immature. Awesome. Dark Kintai has logged out. No, we're learn some shit. Target's standing around. Let's see if we can find some people with some really cool gamer tags. We really gotta sell some shit. I gotta do something with this room. Right, about to run to, I think I'm gonna switch tunes. That's what I'm about to do. I think we covered everything. Widows. Man, we talked a lot in 30 minutes. Covered the Everglades, China.com, widows and their stages of grief. Definitely need to break stuff down a little bit more. We did get our sports highlights in. I think I called Toronto. Yep. I think I called Toronto. Sweet justice. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good night. Chaos Radio. Signing off on our broadcast.